What's up guys, Eric Psykik here, and today the test server for the 2016 summer update was released. For those of you who just want a TLDR, in this update you can expect a new questline similar to the Foreshock questline, but not nearly as difficult, where you make your way through dangerous areas to take on powerful bosses for a chance at some loot and some golden tokens, as well as a ton of new weapons that can be purchased and enchanted with those golden tokens. These enchanted weapons become ultra powerful and feature 3 new effects never before seen in Tibia: critical hits, hit points leech, and mana leech. Not only that, but a PvE Arena system was also implemented, where you and a team of 4 other players can take on pit monsters in various difficulties to earn some arena badges, which can then be spent on potions and a chance at one of 5 rare dolls. Your progress in these new PvE arenas will also be tracked on in-game leaderboards, as well as a new leaderboard located under the community tab on Tibia.com. Finally, many quality of life updates were introduced, like the ability to now pay for boat fare, blessings, and any item from a shop through your bank account. No more dropping 10k on the boat when you accidentally carry too many potions. You can also view your hunger, speed, buffs, and more through the skills window. Alright, so that was the TLDR. If you're still watching, I'll go a little more in depth to each of those new topics I just mentioned. So first off, the Heart of Destruction questline. Now I'm not 100% sure about all the information I'm about to share, since this is the first day of the test server and I only got to kill one boss myself and see a few other bosses killed on Twitch, but I do know this. There are at least 4 vortexes scattered throughout Tibia, and they can be found in Zao, Anchorman, Svargrund, and Edron. These vortexes have some sort of mini world change to them where they move around. Now I'm not sure if this is every few hours or every day, but on the test server at least they seem to move every 4 hours or so. Each vortex is the same on the inside, but has a slight variance in the map which allows entry to one particular boss. In Anchorman this is Anomaly, and in Zao this is Rupture, I believe. So the first thing I did when I got on the test server was rush to Anchorman, where I entered the vortex and fought my way through the hordes of monsters. So the new monsters in here aren't super difficult, but if you get a few of them on you as a mage, they can easily headshot you. I was surprised that earth wasn't the main element used here. I guess avalanches are still the best. A few of the monsters in here are immune to ice and death, so you're constantly having to switch your attacks to kill everything. One of them is even weak to energy. We followed the path to the end of its spiral, went up a hole and through some more monsters, and then arrived at an Annihilator style lever. Looking back, I believe you're supposed to go into this fight to earn yourself a charge, which then allows you to fight the boss Anomaly. So anyways, my team and I went inside and fought endless waves of energy elementals known as chargers. After killing so many chargers, random players would be teleported to another area with overcharges that hit like a truck. You only have a few seconds to attack the overcharges before you're teleported back into the main room. Once you kill an overcharge, you get a message that you've received a charge potential to fight the next minion. Now I don't know if each individual in your group has to kill an overcharge or your whole team only has to kill one, but we had no idea what was going on, so we ended up killing a bunch of overcharges before we finally just left the arena. After that, we were able to head into the next mini vortex that brought us to another Annihilator lever to fight Anomaly. Anomaly is one of the new bosses in this quest and has a pretty fun fight to him. I was an idiot and shot sudden death runes at him the whole fight, thinking it was my strongest attack, but toward the end I learned you can hit massive damage on him with elemental spells, including energy. Running him through energy walls also racks up a lot of damage since they hit 24s on him. So basically, Anomaly starts off as a normal tank and spank until you take him down about a fifth of his health. He then teleports to the center of the room as charged Anomaly and spawns more Reavers. At this point, a single mini red vortex appears in the room. Your job now is to lure Anomaly through the vortex, where it will hit him for a huge chunk of his health. After you kill him in his second form, he respawns in his first form, and you repeat this battle 4 more times. After defeating Anomaly, each of us looted a single gold token as well as other random creature products, food, etc. At this point, I'm not sure where you're supposed to go exactly. We left to resupply, and by the time we got back, the portal had changed or something and you weren't able to get to Anomaly anymore, which is why I said these vortexes are probably related to some sort of world change throughout the day. There are at least 3 other bosses I've heard of: Eradicator, Foreshock, and Rupture. I believe for Eradicator you have to switch elements throughout the fight, and the other 2 I'm not exactly sure of because I didn't get a chance to fight them. Overall, I think this new questline is pretty cool since it's aimed at around level 300s and you don't need a team larger than 5. Finally something I can participate in. So with these new golden tokens you receive, you can buy the new weapons and charge them with special effects. Don't rush to sell your Umbra items though, and don't worry too much about what I'm about to say, because Cipsoft is getting lots of feedback from the test server and everything is still subject to change. As of right now though, there are basically 4 versions of a weapon of each style: sword, axe, club, two-handed sword, axe, club, bow, crossbow, wand, and rod. Every weapon has a base version that can be purchased for 100 golden tokens. The base version weapons have 48 attack and 28 defense, the base bow range 6, attack 3, hit 3%, base crossbow range 5, attack 3, hit 3%, and the base wand and rod hit nearly the same to the current best wand and rod. Now when you purchase one of these base weapons, you have to select a special effect you may consider charging it with later: Mayhem, Remedy, or Carving. The Mayhem special effect is the critical hit chance and extra damage, Remedy is the life drain chance and amount, and Carving is the mana drain chance and amount. So when you choose to charge these weapons, you can spend either 5, 10, or 15 golden tokens for a 5, 10, and 15% chance of the weapon's effect occurring, and a 10, 20, and 30% amount of damage done or hit points or mana leached. The weapons also get stronger the more tokens you use to enchant them. I won't go over every charge since you can view all of them on Tibia Wiki BR, but the best overcharged versions of the one-handed weapons have 52 attack and 34 defense, the two-handed weapons have 53 attack and 41 defense, the bow has range 6, attack 6, and 6 hit percentage, the crossbow has the same with 1 less range, and the wand and rod still hit the same as far as I can tell. Now I didn't test these items extensively, but I will comment on this. The critical modifier will definitely be a nice element to have in PvP when the effect does activate, because any extra damage helps, and it does help you deal more damage hunting, but I haven't heard anyone saying that this helped them gain an extra KK an hour or something. The life drain effect seems to be kind of useless, but like I said, I haven't tested it extensively. I just don't see the ability to sap health any better than sapping mana to heal yourself with, which leads me to saying that the mana drain ability is actually quite useful and will definitely save you some money on your hunts. I did test the mana leech out in Lizard City for a while and would sometimes receive back 400 or 500 mana from a single avalanche. But before you fall in love with these items, remember that we only received a single gold token for killing Anomaly, and the 15 token version of these items has a chance to break. A lot. It seems to be as high as 50 or 60%. The 5 token enchant lasts for 4 hours, 10 token enchant lasts 1 hour, and the 15 token enchant lasts 2 hours. So if these items come into the game as is, I imagine most people won't take the risk of breaking their weapon for a measly 2-hour buff. I think it's much safer to use the 5 token enchant for 4 hours or 10 token enchant for 1 hour. 3 new amulets, rings, a tiara, and boots also came into the game. All of these items have timed charges on them, so you won't be wearing them all the time, but they'll definitely be useful in the new area. Each of the rings and amulets correspond to a different vocation: red for knights, green for mages, and blue for paladins. The rings are for level 100s and above, and the amulets for level 150s and above. The rings provide a +2 bonus to that vocation's skill, so the knight receives +2 to club, axe, and sword fighting as well as shielding. The amulets provide the same, but +3 to the main skill and shielding. The void boots have 2 armor and 10% energy protection, last 20 minutes, and are for all vocations level 150 and higher. The new tiara has 7 armor, 8% energy protection, and lasts for 20 minutes as well, and is for mages of level 100 and higher. I did loot a ring off of Anomaly as well, so these items are probably all obtained from killing bosses. Keep in mind that with the introduction of this new ring and amulet, the max magic level boost from the best set is now +20, which is an extra 120 PvP damage to your UE's max. Pretty crazy. Up next we have the PvE Arena system. I only got to play 2 games in this, but it was pretty fun. Basically, you can either go in by yourself or with a team, and the goal is to survive 10 waves without dying and also killing all of the pit monsters within 60 seconds per wave. There are random pitfalls in the arena that drop you into sludge that makes you super slow, as well as traps on the ground and explosive barrels. My team and I took on the hardest difficulty and beat it, and we were each awarded with 5 arena badges, which can be spent on potions. 1 arena badge can be traded in for 100 mana potions, 7 for 100 ultimate mana potions, and 10 for 100 supreme health potions, as well as some more potions in between. When trading the badges in, you also have a chance to get a surprise cube that may contain 1 of 5 rare dolls. I wasn't lucky enough to get one though. Now you may be thinking the system is going to be abused for free potions, but since the arena has a cooldown of 15 minutes and you really won't use minimal supplies unless you have a full team of 5, I think this reward system is pretty fair. Do I think this arena will be the next big thing that everybody camps 24/7 and completely ignores the rest of the game? Probably not, but it's a fun little activity and I hope to see more minigames like this in the future so we have more to do than just grind monsters all day. Last but not least, the new quality of life updates. So first off, you can see how much mana you're getting from a potion in light blue, and self-healing has been switched to a light red or pinkish color. You can also view a lot of new information under the skills tab, which was formerly only be able to see in the Flash client. First, there's a hunger meter that shows your regeneration from food in minutes, a speed value which may help with calculating speed boosts, and also the effects from your weapon and possibly future items will be listed at the bottom. Buff skills from equipment are also turned green, and I assume skills that are lowered by monsters will be red. And the best part of all, now you can pay for your boat fare as well as supplies and blessings from your bank account. So many times I would run to the boat after depositing my money and forgetting to withdraw some and then having to run all the way back. Overall, I think this update is pretty good. I'm glad to see a questline for people my level, which I consider to be somewhat average for a PvP world. I'm also excited to see how these new weapon effects play out in PvP as well as hunting, and I honestly believe they might get changed by the end of this test server. But if they don't, they'll still be somewhat useful if you have a group of friends to run the new bosses with to get tokens. I just wouldn't risk making the best version since it breaks quite often. The new PvE Arena is pretty entertaining, and even if it doesn't get too popular, I think it's a step in the right direction. I've played other games that have mini-games in them, and it's a nice break from the usual grind. I'm always a huge fan of quality of life updates as well, and we definitely have some nice ones on the way. So if you made it to the end of this video, thanks a lot for watching. This is only the beginning of the test server, so if anything major changes, I'll be sure to add in some annotations later or make another video if a lot changes. Hopefully I hit every topic, but if you guys have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment and I'll get back to you. See you guys next time.